Hey, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day, a blessed day, and getting 1% better than yesterday, and breaking free from anything that's holding you back from having the best day ever and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm on that path. Some days we take big jumps, some days little baby steps, but hopefully we can move forward. Today I might have got caught in some quicksand, but I'm trying to crawl my way back out. I'll tell you a little bit about that as we move on through the video. I won't let it hold me back too much. The topics for today I want to talk about are God's perfect timing, a Bible verse that deals with that. I want to talk about 6 areas of your life that we can focus on and how I'm doing in each one of those phases. I want to talk about 10 books that are completely life-changing and can help you on your path to freedom. And then 9 things they're not going to teach you in school. I wish they did. Wish I was aware of them more coming up, and hopefully I can make my kids more aware of these topics as we move forward throughout their lives. But before I get into all that, I did make $311 doing Instacart and Spark deliveries last week. That hit my goal. I actually made 100 on Saturday, so I worked pretty hard, worked a pretty solid double, but I enjoyed it, so that was good. I made $49 today out there doing Instacart and Uber Eats, so I'm off to a good start. I'm waiting tables 4 nights this week instead of 3, which has been the case lately, so the pressure is kind of off a little bit from making money outside of my main job this week. But to start off the week, I always like to think about a Bible verse that has something to do with my life. And what I really wanted to find was a Bible verse about taking things slowly, um, like a gradual change, like with eating a different diet or a vegan diet or a raw diet or even vegetarian. And I've been kind of shooting for maybe have a whole day like that. Maybe have 2 out of the 3 main meals, raw, vegan, or vegetarian even, or just vegan. Lots of different ways you could take that. Um, but then what I really stumbled upon was about God's perfect timing, about how we want things when we want them, and we make plans that we'd like to have come true, but they don't, or we make prayers or requests for things at the moment that we don't get in the moment, but we have to be patient. So the verse that I thought was nice was Proverbs 16:9. It says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." And I'm sure you have made plans far in the future, 2 hours from now, tomorrow, a week, a year from now, and so have I. And when we plan for the future, we get disappointed when it does not come true. So, what is the remedy to that situation? How is God's perfect timing going to help us? And how can being aware of God's perfect timing and being aware of this verse, Proverbs 16:9, how can that help us in our lives? Because instead of being upset that such and such didn't happen, or I didn't get this, or I didn't get that, this didn't turn out as I had planned, we can confide in the Lord, let Him bring us to where we need to be, when we need to be there, and if we can accept that He is truly in control of our steps on our path, then we can enjoy the steps that we are taking. We can enjoy the present moment on the journey to get to where we want to go, because we can have faith that we're going to get there. We might not get there as soon as we'd like, but we can enjoy the journey. We can enjoy the process of change. And boy, I didn't enjoy the last 2 hours of my process, of my journey to change. It's because I feel like I screwed up in one of the areas of life that I want to talk about. And probably the main area that I've been focused on recently on my break free journey. So, 6 areas of life that I like to focus on. I feel like that can help me become free from anything that would hold me back from becoming the best version of myself. I can focus on wealth, for freedom. I can focus on my mindset for freedom. I can focus on networking for freedom. I can certainly focus on my health for freedom, because health is wealth. Without health, we have nothing. I can focus on my leadership abilities and focus on wisdom to help me get there. So let's talk about wealth first. I think an area that I seem to be a little bit more comfortable in than not. And 5 tips to help build your wealth, to help build my wealth. Number 1, pay yourself first. What does that even mean? Always hear pay yourself first. Well, before you do any other spending, take care of your retirement. Take care of your emergency fund. Whether that's your first 1,000, your 3 months, 6 months fully funded. Pay yourself first. Save 20% of your income minimum, and then start thinking about expanding that even higher. Number 3, have a 6-month cash buffer, because when things happen, you do not want to have to go back into debt to cover what can and will go wrong. Number 4, invest in the market. I like to take the total stock market. It's what I've learned from The Simple Path to Wealth, which is one of the life-changing books I will talk about coming up. I don't like to pick stocks and guess what stocks. I don't like to time the market. I just like to have the whole U.S. economy, and since its inception, it has gone up over the long haul. Do your own research, but that's what I found to be the simple path to wealth. And number 5, to pay it forward. To be generous with your time, with your money, with your knowledge. I try to do that. And I think if you do all 5 of those things, you're going to be great in wealth in that part of your life. Number 2, mindset. I'm pretty good here to visualize success. I can visualize myself getting fit. I can visualize myself having the best day ever for as many days as I can string together. I can visualize not dreading every day, to enjoy every day. I can visualize paying off my debt. I can visualize showing up to work and enjoying it in a good, healthy atmosphere. So mindset, focus on visualizing success. Number 2, meditate daily. I have to get better at this, to make a conscious effort to sit every single day and start small, because we talk about 1% changes. I think I need to get my butt on the floor, on a pillow, at least a minute or a couple minutes, and do that at least once daily. I need to get better at that for sure. Number 3, as far as mindset goes, to think bigger. I wrestle with this, like, not Elon Musk. I don't need that. But I suppose I have thought bigger in my life. I've thought about freedom in a break-free journey, and to becoming debt-free, and to becoming happy, and to becoming healthy, and to becoming wiser, and to continue exploring, and to continue learning, and to not just be in a consumer rat race filled up with stuff in a job that I hate, out of shape, and dreading the day. So in that case, I think I have thought bigger and have developed a growth mindset. Number 4, to be grateful. A grateful journal, a gratitude journal, has pretty much been the spark that set all of this off, all of this into motion. Once I developed my gratitude, I was able to attack the day, to appreciate the moments, and to build a better version, the best version of myself, and to create a life plan. It's another way to develop your mindset. What's my plan? To enjoy time, which is my greatest non-renewable resource, to try to become the best version of myself, to try to have the best day ever for the rest of my life, to hope to retire with dignity and with some comfort, to enjoy what I'm doing on a daily basis, and to be there for my friends, family, and loved ones. Networking. I don't necessarily network so much as a waiter. Networked a little bit on YouTube. Met some good friends, some other creators, Jan, Steve, Don, Joel, and Christy. So a little bit of networking there. Um, Network, like out in garage sales and stuff, you start to become known. You start to talk about this. Hey, are you going to a sale today? Yeah. Anything? You hear of any good sales? Yeah, this one's down here. I could be home hanging out and someone could call me and say, hey, Jay, there's records over here. So I think networking in that area of my life for sure. Instacarting and in the stores I've networked. And that has certainly helped me to get into communities, the reseller community, garage sale community, the gig economy community, the YouTube community, to utilize social media. I think this is a big one for me, and trust me, I still scroll a little bit too much, but it is somewhat curated to my interests, my personal Facebook page. Um, I don't really follow people. I follow guilty pleasures that I'm interested in. Like now, I've been following lots of vintage and antique advertising. I just love it. I wish I could have it all. It's not a very strong desire, but I think it's cool to look at, and I also think it's some knowledge in there too, in case I would ever see any of this stuff. Um, but in a more practical way, I utilize social media to. That's where I sell a lot of my stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I like to consume content that is going to make me motivated, to make me smarter, to make me healthier, to make me more peaceful. So I try to use social media in that way. I try to use social media versus social media using me. Um, so again, developing relationships, developed relationships through this channel, and that has been awesome. And there's been certain things that we can each benefit from our own relationships on this channel. Good friend offered me, a fitness video, which never would have happened, without any sort of networking or developing any sort of relationships. And that's very nice. Develop relationships with people at the grocery stores, and, if they like you, they're more apt to help you, and vice versa. There's a lot of Instacart people in the stores that, the workers don't necessarily like, and it feels good to be one of the ones that they do like, because I guess that says something about how you conduct yourself and carry yourself in the store, and how you deal with other people. And then just to love those around you, to have feelings, and to love your fellow man and your fellow woman, and have compassion and have empathy and want to help. And in return, the more you give, the more you get. So I try to do that. Now, I didn't really do that too much with my waitering skills, but it is nice to talk to people in the community of the restaurant business and the food inspector. And so I guess there has been some networking if I really get down to it. Health. I didn't have the best health day today. Number one, eat healthy. No, I had coffee, which is not necessarily raw vegan, but okay. I had a fruit bowl and oranges and bananas. Lovely. Then I got into this skinny pop popcorn bag, and I just pounded that for a while, and I had a chocolate chip granola bar. And it just felt really bad, and I felt really bad about how far I have to go. I felt some paralysis into making progress today, into even whether to talk about this, because it's not easy. To get over the disappointment, the lack of discipline that I had in that moment. I don't feel like it is unsalvageable for the day, though. That popcorn was 30 calories per cup. Well, I had a couple cups. Few. A couple is two. I think I might be selling myself short there. I had a few cups. And I had one granola bar. I had one fruit bowl. I got some veggies set up that I might dip into some guacamole soon. I'm going to make a big smoothie. I'm going to get up off my butt, and I'm going to do some rebounding exercises and lift some light weights. So I'm going to exercise. I'm going to focus on trying to eat a better balanced diet. Just because I'm healthy for a day or two, I can't let it slide. I had a a nice slide day um, with a concert last week, and that can just kind of snowball. I got to do better with a balanced diet. Learn to cook. I'm not very comfortable in the kitchen. I work in a kitchen, but I'm not super comfortable in the kitchen. And that might actually be another thing on this channel that I could sort of show and hope benefit to actually make these healthy meals, to make healthy smoothies, to learn about the foods and their benefits. I'd like to be a little bit more comfortable and confident in the kitchen. And then finally, for your health, drink less alcohol. I am succeeding at that. The next area of your life, to focus on leadership. And what are 5 things that we can help us in our leadership? Don't be a follower. And I think that can mean different things to different people in different contexts, but I kind of see it as I'm kind of doing my own thing right now. I'm trying to break free. I think if I was going to be a follower, I'd be gambling, I'd be drinking, I'd be consuming, I'd be buying, I'd be not wanting to change my eating habits. So in those areas, I do feel like I'm leading and not following. Show what you value. What if you were to look at my life? What would it show? It would show somebody who likes to save money and to build wealth. It would show somebody who wants to be happy and peaceful and grateful. It would show somebody who wants to improve their health, who at least wants to, even though it's not easy. Value hard work. I mean, I work on my days off. I work every morning. I don't just sit there and rely on my main job. Certainly in my family. So show what you value. So that's the stuff that I value there. Number 3, build an audience. Hello? I'm trying to do that right now. But even if you don't have a YouTube channel, there's other ways to build an audience. And maybe that's the lives that you impact in your inner circle and in your neighborhood and in your community. And they can start to see the changes that you're making and hopefully be positive and to learn how to influence. Hopefully to be a good influence for your friends. I remember I was not a good influence for my friends at one point. To be a good influence for my family. My wife said she wasn't going to buy ginger ale. So that was kind of a good influence lately with my health kick. And, like I said, I got a ways to go with that. To master the social game, I don't know if I'm great at the social game. As someone who's somewhat introverted, but I can get going, I can get fired up. I've learned to listen and to ask certain questions. And I think all those things combined can certainly help us take on a more leadership role in our break-free journeys. And then finally, wisdom. This is one where I feel I try to excel at, to study the masters, the ancient philosophers, Stoic, Buddhist philosophies, Jesus, and up to the people of today with the books that I'm going to talk about next. Study what they have to say. Research topics. I'm always researching, looking up stuff to increase my knowledge on certain topics about no matter what it is, wealth, health, mindset, leadership, networking, wisdom, and so on. Find a mentor. I think a mentor can be somebody in person and without. I think you're the benefit, or you're the product of the 5 people that you hang around with most. That can be through YouTube videos, that can be through podcasts, that can be through books. So in that sense, I've looked on the modern greats and the ancient greats as my mentors, to become more self-aware, to even know what you're doing and why. I tried to think of some self-awareness I had today as I was binging the popcorn. I knew I wasn't doing a great thing. But why? Why was I doing it? Maybe because I was feeling too lazy to work out, so I wasn't disciplined enough. Become self-aware of your actions. And then 5, to continue learning. All these books that I'm going to talk about next, you read all those books and you're going to be light years ahead of the people who haven't. So I'm excited to share these 10 books with you right now. All right, first book I want to talk about is Atomic Habits. And what can we gain from Atomic Habits? Well, that's going to be to create good habits and to break bad ones. Number 2, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Love this book. Basically, to be your own hero, to conquer pain in all areas of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Callous your mind to not only conquer pain, but to seek it out. The hunger and temptation that I could not overcome today. I should have sought that out. I should have relished in it to help me callous my mind and to callous my desires. And I hope to improve on that in the future. The Alchemist is a book that I read on my phone, and that's going to be to basically learn who you are and how to improve yourself. It's a nice story, The Alchemist. Number 4, The War of Art, to be more creative and to overcome procrastination, distraction, paralysis. I felt those things today as I try to incorporate different things into the videos to have them be more personal. It sometimes is very easy and sometimes isn't. Today was a day where I struggled with just how to find the right words to say and even if I should say it, and I'm glad that I've gotten this far. Number 5, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The first 2 financial books I've ever read, along with The Richest Man in Babylon, which isn't on this list, but I've talked about it very recently. Basically how to use money as a tool to build wealth. And there's 2 different mindsets, and to have the growth mindset. Number 6, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Basically to break free from a corporate job, to set up something that can earn you passive income and to basically live on that. Number 7, a book that I'm reading right now, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, to take control of all areas of your life: financial, your body, your mind, your relationships, your work, and your health, which is something that I need to get better at. Number 8, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins, life-changing financial advice, how to manage money and to achieve financial freedom. I would gift that book. It's such a great book. Number 9, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, basically to help you live your life effectively. And number 10, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It teaches the principles of how to be likable and how to win others over. And I suppose that is very, the more likable you are, the more people are going to be willing to help you on your journey. So very important books there. Check out those 10 books that can change your life. And now finally, what school doesn't teach you? 9 things. Number 1, it didn't teach me how to sell. I don't think it teaches you how to sell. Does it teach you how to think? It might teach you what to think and what you're supposed to know. But no. Think about how much selling I've done in my life, whether you're selling yourself, selling specials, selling, even on this channel, selling a better way of life, a better way to go throughout your day, how to think. There's not too much free thinking in schools, I'm afraid. How to negotiate. Not much negotiation in school. It's my way or the highway usually. How to face failure. Failure in school is bad, bad, bad. Failure in life is a teachable experience. And a lot of people can't cope with failure or have a fear of failure. that paralyzes them and that they cannot overcome, that they cannot break free from. How to invest money, just flat out no. How to find your passion, no. Get good grades, go to school, figure out in your own head what you want to be, a teacher, a nurse. Not too many people want to be waiters or deliver groceries. A lawyer, doctor, plumber, I guess. No, not really. Mailman, no. Find your passion. I wish that you were exposed to more things so you could see this is what it's like to be a nurse. This is what it's like to be a waiter. This is what it's like to be a teacher, a gym teacher, a health teacher. This is what it's like to be a lawyer, a fireman. I wish there was more of that to help people find their passion, not just to help people, write a 5-page story on The Catcher in the Rye and worse. And I love The Catcher in the Rye. It's one of my favorite books, but find your passion. How to handle money. No, I was never taught that. I was taught if I could sit down and shut up for 12 grades that maybe I could go to college and I should know what I want by then and to be able to get a job that can make money, but I'm not sure which job that I would have wanted. How to start a business. No, nothing. And how to communicate. How to listen. I don't think I really was taught how to communicate in school, not effectively, not to strangers, not to people. I could communicate a little bit through songs at that age, but I didn't really talk that much. Working at the restaurant really helped me communicate effectively and in public, and certainly this channel, and at least through words. I wasn't really even taught that until college, about how to express myself in like an essay format or an article or anything like that. But those are things that I wish I learned in school, so perhaps I can try to teach my kids some of those skills as they make their way up from just about 5th grade up until their senior year. Let me know if there's anything that I missed on what school doesn't teach you, any books that you would recommend that could change your life, any more Bible verses about God's perfect timing and about making small changes. I'd be curious to know. I hope you're having a great day. I'm ready to attack the rest of this day, to work out, to meditate, to read, to journal, to list things for sale, to spend time with the family, and to enjoy a TV show at the end of the day after the knowledge of a job well done. I'll talk to you on the next video. Break free.